Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Ragean's Intuitive Tarot. Anything you need to know about my channel is listed down there in the description box below. You can go ahead and check it out. And I was originally doing this reading for Virgo, but when I shuffled and meditated and laid out the cards, the message was getting really deep, and it became, I heard in my head, collective. So this, I believe, is meant to be a collective reading for anyone. This reading is timeless, so whenever you are brought here, that is exactly when you need to hear this message. And I just heard light a candle, so I'm going to light. Not with that match. Sorry, I'm going to grab a match here so I can light a candle. We just have to follow Spirit's orders. All right. So I have this beautiful amethyst creativity candle that was gifted to me. So I don't even know where to begin with this message. It just kind of hit suddenly. I'm getting so much information, I feel like I can't even keep up with it. And I also was hearing journaling. So if you don't already journal, and if you are like me, where you're feeling a lot of information is coming in, but you can't quite always put it together, write it down. Dream journaling is another big message that is coming through. So we're just going to get into it. The first thing, I'm being drawn to talk about something that happened to me just the other day. So there's a few things that have happened. A lot of my journey right now has a lot to do with my relationship with my mother and my spouse. And there's certain things that both of them have done, and they, when we've tried to talk about it, discuss it, find some closure to the situation, whatever, when I express the things that they have done and how it has affected me, both of them do not remember doing the things that I said that they have done. And this is something that I have been struggling with. It's like, how can you not remember? And I don't know if any of you know about the Mandela effect. There was a lot of talk about the Mandela effect. I believe it was around, I don't know, 2012, 13, 14, somewhere in there. But the Mandela effect is like certain things that you notice that have changed. And you'll find that some people remember the way it used to be, and some people will remember, no, that's always the way it's been. Some examples were the Bernstein Bears, and there was one was, it used to be called Sex in the City, and then it was Sex and the City, I believe, was one of the big Mandela effects that people talked about. But anyways, I had this awareness the other day, if we're jumping timelines all the time, is it possible that I am on a timeline where my mother and my spouse never actually did those things that I said they did. Maybe they did those things on a different timeline. And so in actuality, on this timeline, they never did that, so they don't remember it the way I do. So that was something that really kind of blew my mind the other day. And so if that is the case, then how do you move forward? You know, you have to. Have you ever watched the sitcom Mom? There's, I think, I don't know, it's in the 7th, 8th season, something like that. Bonnie is marrying Adam and she's planning the wedding, and she keeps having this dream that Adam is cheating on her with the woman from Trader Joe's. And so when she wakes up from her dream, she gets mad at Adam. So it's kind of that same effect. You know, do I have a right to be mad about these things that I believe happened, or when they really honestly do not remember doing them? So is it possible that I myself have jumped a timeline to where those incidents never occurred? And if that's the case, then obviously there's an element of needing to let go of that, needing to forgive them for something that they didn't actually do. So that kind of brought me to today's reading when these first few cards came out. You're starting off here with the Hermit. And again, this is, you know, this card very much to me is, it's like you're in the dark about certain information. And this sun with all of these rays, and the sand with all of these lines, and you see the footprints, and it's like the footprints are crossing over different timelines in a sense. Okay, and this can also be an indication, or I was picking up that, you know, if you're constantly looking for outside sources to light you up, to fill you up, you're constantly going to be in the dark. And then we have the Knight of Emotions. And with this particular imagery here, it's like, you know, and even like me, just having this little awareness, it kind of sent my mind into this huge, my mind and my emotions into this big spiral. You know, it's like I really went down the rabbit hole the other day when this information was presented to me. So it's like, and I've said over and over and over that we're all kind of going through this dark night of the soul. We're all being forced to seek our inner truth. We are being forced to not, or being asked not to believe everything we see, not to take everything at face value, that there is something deeper going on, which is, you know, the overall energy. The card at the bottom of the deck is the world cosmos. And if you look at this imagery, it's like this person has elevated their consciousness. They see the bigger picture. And I believe that's going on, what is going on with all of us. We are seeing the bigger picture. We are walking through the dark shadows to find that a truth that is elevating not only us, but the entire world. It's like the entire world is beginning to wake up, is reaching a higher level of consciousness. We are all learning, evolving at this time. It's like we're all finding the key. The Hierophant is often, about higher education, higher learning, contracts, but I think this is more about our soul contract, our purpose for being here, seeing the bigger picture of the purpose of life. So, like I said, this is going so deep. And when you go down this rabbit hole, when you let when you take the time to actually sit with all of the information that is being downloaded to you, when you sit with, with yourself and you find your inner truth, that's when all the possibilities open up to you. That's when you can see that time is not linear. Okay, that there is so much more possible. There is so much more to the universe that we do not understand unless we tune in, tap in, turn on to our true nature, our true, our soul, our being, finding, and this so much imagery of as above, so below, as within, so without. If you can gain a higher perspective, if you can see the bigger picture, if you can understand the human conditioning and human behavior, then you are more able to set your boundaries. You're more able to choose your path. You are able to free yourself, liberate yourself. You are able to be what it is you actually came here to be. And again, we have the Four of Voices. And you see, again, it's like when you take a time out, when you clear away all of the outside noise, this is like outside information. And this is, this person going within and seeking their inner truth, shedding light on their inner, this is healing. This is about praying and asking for guidance. This is about taking time to process the downloads, the information that's coming in, allowing yourself to receive the guidance, and then having faith in the information that you are receiving. And even if nothing makes sense, if you don't know where it's leading, if you don't know what's happening, just trusting that everything is going to work out. And again, moving back to this night of emotions, okay, it sets you off on this rabbit hole of discovering who you truly are, and discovering again things that you may be holding on to from the past. And again, you look, it's almost like these people are standing on different timelines, so it's wrapping your brain around the possibilities that you have evolved, you have gone to a different timeline, and that's why you have to let go of the past. Because if you're constantly focused on the past, and if you've jumped to a new timeline, some of those past events, You know, it's like they never happened. They're not relevant anymore. It's like you passed a test. And so you are no longer on that old path. You are on a new path. So stop looking backwards. You know, stop. You're not a victim. Okay, whatever those people did to you before, you have overcome that and you have graduated to a new level. And so that old stuff is no longer relevant. It's almost like it never even happened because you graduated a long time ago to a different, a better timeline where possibly those pains and things never actually happened. So it's okay to let it go. You know, it's okay to have forgiveness. It's okay. And again, I can feel myself spiraling because this, I don't even know if I'm articulating it properly or if it's making any sense. To me, it totally is. But anyways, we come to the Ten of Voices. And this is where we come to the realization that we create our own misery. You know, we are the ones who sabotage ourselves because, you know, we are not seeing the bigger picture, because we're not setting up boundaries, because we're not letting go of the past, because we believe everything has to be hard, because, and on and on and on and on and on. So it's like when you can get control of your thoughts and operate more from your heart and your gut space, you open up more more possibilities. When you're focusing on all of the, you know, when your perspectives are skewed, that's what trips us up. And again, this imagery reminds me, you know, as above, so below, as within, so without. And these are almost like mirror images, but one is so much more brilliant and one is darker. Again, it's like elevate yourself from all of this lower vibrational blah, and start believing and seeing the possibilities that are in the universe to offer you. You have the Strength card, which is very much having the courage and whatever it is that you need to face your, you know, to face this darkness, to look at it. Having the courage to pull yourself up off of these swords, to no longer be the victim, but the victor. You know, you are the master of your reality. You can create peace or chaos. You can create which one, you know, you have the power to rise up and to change your situation. You just need to believe in yourself. You need to have faith that the universe has your back. You just have to take that leap and move, you know. It's like she jumped off the cliff. She saw, you know, maybe she can't see where she's going, where it's leading, but she's just heading, she's moving forward. She's not moving backwards. And she's blocking out all of the noise and distraction, you know? It's like she got up and she's running off in a new direction. She took a leap. She landed in the sand. All of the outside is, blocked out. Peeling back the layers. This always reminds me, this is the Justice card. It's like peeling back all of the different layers of yourself, of who you've been, who you've been trying to be, and finding your core, finding out who you really are, and then presenting that to the world, being authentic. Totally letting go of everything that was and just looking forward to the future, what could be, I just saw or heard something the other day. The best energy to be in is acceptance of what is, but excitement for what could be or what is coming. So again, that is a very deep message, very much in line with a lot of what's been going on. I would also like to hear your take on how you feel about this Mandela effect business. And, it's funny because we started a cycle. A lot of what's happening, I've been getting the message, think back to 2014, 2013, 2014, because that was kind of the start of this journey that we've been on. What lessons have you been learning since then? What has been coming to your awareness? What layers of the onion have been presenting themselves to you? You're getting closer and closer. We're getting closer and closer to the center. We're getting closer to the clarity, to the answers that all of us have been seeking. So, beautiful message. I hope this message finds you well. I thank you so much for tuning in and hearing me out. If it resonates with you, of course, I would love it if you would smash that subscribe and like button. Otherwise, I will catch you next time.